What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Shit's Popping Off from the Fishtank Alt group chat. I'm here today with Skitzy VA, otherwise known as Greg, from Fishtank Season 2, 2.5 fame. Also, the iconic Mr. Beast clone, right? Would you say clone?
Yeah,
Impersonator?
sure. Why not? I mean, it really, I wouldn't say it's impersonator or a clone. I really was just an actor in a rap battle, and it blew up, and now everybody thinks I'm a Mr. Beast impersonator for some reason.
When was the last time you've done the Mr. Beast bit? Did you give it up?
Probably last July. No, not last July. Last July.
All right, so before season 2.
Yeah. No, I was like I said, I was already over the Mr. Beast meme when I got into season 2, but they offered me $1,000. So that was like the only reason why I put the shit back on.
Greg, if you can tell us a little bit of your backstory. What were you doing? How did you get into YouTube? Give us a little bit of the Greg lore, if you can, a little bit of your childhood growing up and stuff like that.
Okay, well, we grew up moving around a lot. I've had I wouldn't say a troubled childhood, but definitely a inconcurrent childhood. We were homeless a couple times. We were constantly moving. I moved into one family, got brought back to this family. We moved schools. I just basically dropped out of high school because I probably would have been like 20 years old by the time I actually got out of high school based on, what we were doing. In terms of my YouTube, I made my YouTube back in the day was just because when I was in high school, I wanted to make videos on the internet. I was always kind of a creative person. Once I finally got the guts to make a YouTube, because back in the day I didn't know that, you could just make a YouTube. I thought, there was like some kind of weird process. But I made our YouTube to make skits and stuff like that with my friend. And then over time, I kept changing the kind of content I made. I went through a skits phase. I made comic sketches. I made voice acting comic dubs. I made rap battles, and I made personality. Just like chill content, like I'm doing now. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years at this point, but I only started to take it seriously after the Mr. Beast meme blew up, and it kind of gave me a sense of confidence that I might be able to actually do something with it this time. So I went full in after the Mr. Beast meme to kind of capitalize on the success.
Are you a fan of Mr. Beast, or do you enjoy any of his content or anything like that?
I used to, but at this point, he's just kind of annoying me.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
I think he's crazy how he makes so much money. He spends so much money on the stuff that he does that he like barely breaks even. Apparently, according to him, at least. I don't know how true that is, right? Plus, he's always like getting roped up into some sort of scandal or something that doesn't even have anything to do with him. It's just people in his camp direct.
Yeah. No, I think he made a lot of bad decisions when he was younger, and it's kind of coming back to get him. But at the same time, it's like he's too powerful and too rich to even care at this point. It doesn't matter what happens to him because he's still going to have his child army of subscribers and viewers. So it really doesn't matter what bad thing he does. He could blow up a mosque. He could still make it to 100,000 views, 100 million views.
Hey, Mr. Beast here, and today we're blowing up a mosque.
He could.
When you used to make content, what was some of the stuff that you like enjoyed making? I know I had a YouTube channel when I was probably about 10 years ago, and we were doing like Minecraft videos and making like stupid like GTA stunt videos, and we really enjoyed doing that kind of stuff. And then the people that I was with kind of split apart, and the whole channel thing kind of died down. What were some of the stuff that you like doing that maybe you don't do anymore, or you wish you could do more of?
Well, I think I've enjoyed most of the content I made. They all were very, very rewarding in their own way. The rap battle, that was one of my heavy edit stuff. So I always loved seeing how it turned out in the end. Comic dubs were a fun way to test my acting and voice ability. Skits were just really fun. They were all fun to edit, but if I had to choose one I would prefer to make, I would prefer to make this kind of like lifestyle content I've been making, as well as like gameplay content. Gameplay content's fun, but since I'm not super popular or financially well off right now, I can't really justify making an editor or me edit something that's like an hour long.
Do you still have a 9 to 5? Do you still have a 9 to 5?
No, I've been very, very gracious and very, very blessed for the fact that so far I'm like held on completely by my content.
Mm-hmm.
Not like 100%, but enough. I'm scraping by. My dad lives with me. He splits the bill, so that him moving into my house to help me with my content has made it way easier. Because instead of having to pay like $1,200 a month, I only have to pay about $500 to $700 a month, which is way easier. And through my Twitch streams and my YouTube AdSense and all this and that, I do well. I make it past, and I don't have to worry about bills too often.
Yeah, there was I remember there was a point in 2.0 where you really wanted to go home, and Alex Stein was saying, "Don't go home. Stay here. This is going to be the best thing that you could ever do. Stay here. This will be great for your career." And it seems to be that he was actually telling you the truth in those statements. So shout out to Alex
Yeah.
Stein.
Shout out to Alex Stein. I did a an interview with him when I went down to Texas last year.
Yeah, he's a big fan. We like checking him out here all the time. What was it like going into the house that first day and essentially LARPing as Mr. Beast to a bunch of people wearing drunk goggles?
Well, I try to take it as professionally as possible. I just try to go in there and do my thing. It felt like they were really dragging me along, which was why I kind of lost steam at a certain point. I didn't expect that I'd have to keep up the act for that long, which is why I kind of was like, hey, when can I stop doing this? Because, like I said, I don't like acting like Mr. Beast. It's good for a quick buck and views and stuff, but I find it really, really tiring and very disingenuous and just not funny, to be honest. Like, I don't find it very funny. But yeah, I was just waiting for them to tell me when I was done so that I could get out of there and go back home.
Yeah, I remember they talked about there was a point where they were like, I think we're just going to keep Greg here forever. Like, after the show ended, we're like, we're just going to keep him here, demo the house, and like have him all set up and doing his stream and stuff here. Tell us a little bit, if you can, about how you met, how you got in contact with production, and how you got on the show and how all of that went.
So I was just living my life like every other day, just kind of making my content, streaming my streams, doing my thing. And then I got a email in my Gmail from Sam Hyde directly, and he said that if I wanted to, I could be on this thing called Fishtank for 1 hour and get about $1,000. And I think that's like way too good of a deal to pass up. I don't get a whole lot of money. I was really relying all on myself because I wasn't trying to milk the Mr. Beast meme. Maybe I should have, but I was like, okay, I gotta take this. So I did a little bit of research, but the research I did clearly wasn't enough because I missed every single part that showed what Fishtank actually was. So me personally, I was going into Fishtank thinking it was kind of like a jackass / Fear Factor type thing.
What were when you realized that you were gonna stay or you were actually gonna be there? Who did you form like a kinship with or like a bond with outside of like? With the contestants, like outside of production, like were there anybody that stood out that you still speak with today? Obviously, Jimmy, because you guys did False Hawks together. But was there anybody else that you still keep in contact with?
I try to, but the streaming and the content and stuff is pretty fickle. Like some people are dropping off, some people are just getting on. But in terms of the people that I dealt with directly, I'd say that my closest people are TJ, Brian, Trish. I like Jimmy. I like Taylor. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, Frank's one of my closest dudes. I'm hoping to visit him at some point because I have so much content money and stuff lying around. Like whenever I can pay my bills, I like to put content money off to the side so that I can make cool streams. I really wish Shinji would have made it, but he just didn't understand the game in a way I wish he did. You know, he looked like he was getting some really good traction there,
Yeah.
but he fell off. But yeah, no, I like Shinji a lot too. Shinji was cool.
I think the toxic side of the community, the trolls of the community, got to Shinji. I really, he would make so much money at nighttime just sitting at the bar and just answering TTS questions. That if I feel like if he would have had something like that going for him or set up initially, instead of trying to scramble to find a specific niche to fit in, that he would have
Yeah.
done a little bit better. But we've spoken with Scott. Apparently, Scott and Shinji are really good buds.
Scott's cool too.
Yeah, Scott's super cool. It's cool that you're working with Frank. I remember watching you like punch Frank in the face multiple times, and you even like hurt your hand. That man can take a punch, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, the context behind that is, you know, before Frank ever got punched, I was showing Jackie that the walls were hard as hell. You know, they're not just like some easy paper wall or whatever. It was like actual built stuff. So I punched the wall a couple times to show Jackie how hard it was. And then, you know, Frank came in out of nowhere and he told me to punch him. And then after that, immediately went to a boxing match. So my hands were destroyed.
I got a thing here I'd like to show you. while I'm pulling it up though, tell us a little bit about the False Hawks. What's going on with that? What do you know about it? What can you tell us about it? Give us a little bit of details. We're really interested in knowing what it is.
Yeah, yep. False Hawks is a movie short film. You know, it's kind of like just like a long form movie style like YouTube video. I don't know how to explain it. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's gonna be a pretty nonchalant, you know, a gag full of gags. You know, it's like a serious movie that isn't serious, kind of like Kung Pao or Airplanes. You know, those kind of things. You know, comedy dramas type of thing.
Like a good cop, bad cop, or like
Yeah. Me and Jimmy are laid off FBI agents that were in retirement that are brought in to do that one big job type deal. You know, it's a pretty straightforward story, but a whole lot of wacky shit happens along the way. There's great cinematography. There's gonna be some great visuals. You know, it was really fun just to be a part of this, and I'm so glad that real STHHRS, the real Seth Harris on Twitter, was telling me about it and allowing me to be in another movie type thing with him, because he did the Greg movie beforehand and that was a lot of fun, but this one is a lot more focused and a lot more on the point.
Tell us, if you can, tell us a bit about the Greg movie. Because I'm not super familiar. I apologize.
No problem. Yeah, no, it was another project. It was one of Seth Harris's first projects on that scale, as far as I'm aware. You know, he invited me over to his place. We filmed a little drama parts. We filmed a lot of funny parts. We took some interview clips. We took some just hanging out clips. You know, it's just kind of like a compilation of just Greg and a whole bunch of stuff that have to do with me and just the general vibe. It's just kind of like a fun hangout video for real. It's not really super Greg as much as it is just me hanging out with Seth, Megan, and all of those cool people.
You said that you've done voice acting, or you've done voice acting in your own content. Have you done any voice acting outside of your own content or anything?
Nothing professional. No, I've like I said before, I was in a lot of comic dubs and stuff back in the day. I was in some other people's comic dubs. I was in my own comic dubs. You know, I was invited to some pretty big and powerful Discords that had like really well-known names in there. You know, like community names. Michael Kovac was one of them that I can remember off the top of my head. I don't consider myself as much of a voice actor. I just used VA because I wanted a way to distinguish myself branding, because when the Mr. Beast meme blew up, I needed to make sure that the name Skitzy_VA was consistent across every single platform.
Nice. What happened? You said you're well, I got some excuse me, I apologize. I got some voice acting that I'd like to do with you. I have a couple of scripts from movies and TV shows here if you'd be willing to try your chops at them. You can choose any one of your very memorable voices that you're good at. Let's start with the Breaking Bad one.
Are we going in turns, or am I doing this all?
Oh, you can do them. I mean, I can try it after you, and then you can tell me how I do.
Oh, go. Okay. Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up, disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't understand who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
It's very good. I'll give it a go. If you want, you could throw a voice my way. I'll try any voice. Super good at it, but I'll try.
Christopher Walken.
Yo. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Yo, who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? You know how much I make a year. I don't even, if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if suddenly I decided to stop going to work? Business big enough that it could be listed on NASDAQ goes belly up. It just disappears. It ceases to exist. Without me, no, you clearly don't know who you're talking to. So let me clue you in. I'm not the danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No, I am the one who knocks.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
It's definitely a hard voice to stay consistent with, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's okie dokie artichoke. I know him. He's got a really weird voice right there.
Who are you talking to right now?
Yo, hey, bing bang boom.
Who is anything you see? Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you.
Yeah. Hey, Skylar, whoa.
Who are you talking to right now, bitch? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I make a year, bitch?
Is that Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a decent one back in the day, but I think I lost it.
What about let's do this. Can we do this Game of Thrones one? Have you seen this scene in Game of Thrones?
I have not. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, there's this epic scene in Game of Thrones where Tyrion, the little midget man, Peter Dinklage, right? He gets framed for the murder of Prince Joffrey, and he goes to court, and there's a big court scene, and then essentially he like does this whole speech here. I'd like to, if possible, either get maybe a Mickey Mouse.
Oi! Hot dog! I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish I had. Watching your vicious bastard kid die gave me more relief than 1,000 line horse. I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my whole life to watch you swallow it. I would not give my life by Joffrey's murder, and I know I will get no justice here. So I'll let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat.
All right,
Mickey Mouse is a hard voice to actually get into when you don't get the accent right.
Yeah, I'll try Mickey Mouse if you will, if you want me to. It's a weird one. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish I had. Is that even close?
It sounds like another character, but not Mickey. Like maybe Mickey if he was like in his 50s.
Okay. Well, I'm 55 if you didn't know.
I
can try. Do you have another one? I could try somebody else.
Let's try Kermit.
Okay. Hey, I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish I had. Watching your vicious bastard die gave me more relief than 1,000 lying whores. I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. But I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it. I will not give my life for Joffrey's murder. And I won't get... And I know... And I know I will get no justice here, so I will let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat. Ah! Wavy arm things.
Whenever I read this, I can only think of like Miss Piggy.
We did a
No jumping, but I wish I had. Watching your vicious bastard gave me more relief than 1,000 line horse. I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it. I would not give my life for Joffrey's murder, and I know I'll get no justice here. So I will let the gods decide my fate. Trial by combat.
the other night, there was a friend.
I just want to tell chat right now. I'm a voice actor, not an impressionist. So don't judge me too bad for my impressions.
I think you're doing great. There was a friend of ours was in the VC the other night, and they were getting ready to go to bed, and they asked for a story time. So I pulled up like a Miss Piggy Kermit the Frog erotic fanfic, and I tried to read it to them, like doing Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog, but I gender swapped Miss Piggy into a man, so it was like Mr. Piggy, and it was like. Piggy. Yeah, and it was like, Kermit, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty good. How about the scene from Pulp Fiction? Can we try this one?
I'm trying to think of a good voice.
Can you do like a big burly gay man? Can you do that?
That just sounds like Harvey Weinstein.
That's fine.
See, there's three kinds of people: dicks, pussies, and assholes. Pussies think they can get along, and dicks just want to fuck all the time without thinking it through. But then you got your assholes, Chuck, and all the assholes want to shit all over everything. So pussies may get mad at dicks once in a while, but pussies get fucked by dicks. But dicks also fuck assholes, Chuck. And they didn't get fucked the assholes. You know what they get? You get your dick and your pussy all covered in shit.
That's good. I'll give it a go. Choose me up one, Greg. I'm going in.
Let's see. Do Golem.
Oh, I can't. It's so bad.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Damn. What's another character?
I can do Cleveland Brown.
Hey, there you go. Go for it.
Oh, that's nasty. You see, there's three. I can't do Cleveland Brown. Okay, I'll do Hank Hill.
See, there's three kinds of people, Peter.
Yeah, there's three kinds of. Okay, I will.
Dicks, pussies, and assholes.
You see, Peter, there's three kinds of people: dicks, pussies, and assholes. Pussies think everyone can get along, and dicks just want to fuck all the time without thinking it through. But then you got your assholes, Chuck. And the assholes want to shit all over everything. So, pussies may get mad at dicks once in a while because pussies get fucked by dicks. But dicks also fuck assholes, Chuck. And if they didn't fuck the assholes, you know what you'd get? You'd get your dick and your pussy all covered in shit.
This feels like something like Quagmire would say.
Yeah, it does.
See, there's three kinds of people, Peter. Dicks, pussies, and assholes. Pussies think they can get along, and dicks just want to fuck all the time without thinking it through. Hey, giggity. But then you get your assholes, Chuck, Peter, and all the assholes want to do is shit all over everything. So pussies may get mad at dicks once in a while, but pussies don't get fucked by dicks. But dicks also fuck assholes, Peter. Giggity. And if they didn't fuck the assholes, you know what they get? You get your dick out and your pussy all covered in shit. Alright. Giggity, 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 giggity,
giggity. About King Candy. You see, there's three kinds of people: dicks, pussies, and assholes. Pussies think everyone can get along, and dicks just want to fuck all the time without thinking it through. But then you got your assholes, Chuck. And all the assholes want is to shit all over everything. So pussies may get mad at dicks once in a while because pussies get fucked by dicks. But dicks also get fucked by assholes, Chuck. And if they didn't fuck the assholes, you know what you'd get? You'd get your dick and your pussy all covered in shit.
10 out of 10.
Thank you, brother.
Well, I thought you were Unk status, bro. You're calling it the
Yeah.
King Candy voice, not the Mad
King
Hatter voice. What
Candy.
the fuck?
Well, I mean, King Candy is relevant. I have a child. They're almost an adult now, and so King Candy, yeah, not the Mad Hatter. Is it? It's not even the same guy, is it? Isn't that person dead?
Yeah, but like I said, that any variation of that voice is a variation on the Mad Hatter.
Did you do anything else outside of that?
I don't know, probably. I don't know his life story.
Greg, tell us a bit about Greg Tank. What is Greg Tank? How can people fundraise it? What can the community do to get Greg Tank up and off the ground?
I'm still planning it out. We got the only thing that really matters is the bottom line is $5,000. But I didn't really want to make that a fundraising thing as much as let the product speak for itself kind of thing. But yeah, Greg Tank is basically just gonna be me in a room for about 7 days most likely, doing constant challenges and getting messed with, having TTS ruin my day. Basically, it's just like a more lighthearted version of Fishtank with more content. It's less focused on the social dynamic and more focused on the challenge and content and generally one guy in a room type content. So it's more of a hamster cage experience in my opinion. You give the hamster cage a wheel, you give the hamster cage a snack, you give the hamster cage a toy, it's like that type of thing. It's like you're just kind of looking at them, seeing how I react to it. So an idea I had right off the back was that one of the challenges would be that I'd be forced to build a jigsaw puzzle, and the audience could donate to keep it to break it in front of me, and I'm not allowed to stop building the jigsaw puzzle until it's actually finished.
The content, or not the content, but the challenges and things like that, those would be submitted by yourself, or would the community choose any of them?
Yeah, I could probably ask the community as well, but it's gonna be a group effort, between me, my crew, and probably the community about what things I would be doing.
I love spicy noodles. I think a spicy noodle challenge in the tank would be like rating spicy noodles. And
I could probably get the one challenge on deck.
The one chip?
Yeah, I've already done the one chip.
I heard there's like a hotter one now than the original one chip.
I wouldn't doubt it. But when I was doing the one chip challenge, my teeth started hurting, and I spit like at least a good half cup of saliva.
Oh, I was drooling profusely out of my mouth and my
fingers
nose.
were literally going numb.
Yeah, I think I shit blood for like 2 days. That was the worst part of the one chip challenge for me, was like going to the bathroom the next day.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely rough, but yeah, no, there could definitely be a spicy aspect to it. We have 7 days worth of content, and like I said, it's not gonna be like Fishtank where there's long periods of nothing. It's gonna be pretty much like hourly.
I'm having a stroke here.
It could probably be even made even more interesting by only giving me a certain amount of time to sleep.
Oh, like sleep deprivation?
Yeah.
You should have they're called like trucker alarms, and they go off they're insanely loud. They're for truck drivers. You should get something like that set up. Where essentially it goes off. You can only sleep for 30 minutes at a time.
Well, I wouldn't say that level of sleep deprivation. Probably get like an hour here, an hour there, maybe like 3 hours of sleep.
What's the longest you've ever slept?
If I had to guess, I'd probably say 13 hours.
Oh, those are rookie numbers, man. Sometimes I'll sleep for like almost a whole day. Crazy. I'll go to sleep.
No, I'm an early riser. I don't sleep I don't sleep more if I can help it. I only sleep a whole lot if I'm depressed or have nothing better to do. And,
I think it's depression for me, probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Which
if you want
leads
to,
me. Go ahead.
if you want to compare numbers on the other side, obviously I'm not going to fight with an insomniac, but I've gone to a 12-hour shift and slept for 2 hours and then got back up and then went back to 10-hour shift.
When I was younger, I used to. I had a job. I remember one morning I woke up and I had to be at work at 9. I got to work at 9. I came home and then I had to drive up to Fort Lauderdale from where I live down in Key West, and then back. I got back home at like 7. I had to be at work at 9 again, and then I completely like worked till 9 and then stayed up the whole night. Oh, I was like a zombie, dude. It was horrible.
Oh yeah. No, I remember.
You get the giggles though, like everything starts being like really funny, and it's like not that funny, but it's just it's called like I don't know. There's a term for it. It's called like sleepy. I don't loopy sleep things. Yeah, you get like everything just becomes like super silly.
That's not the case for me. Whenever I get super tired, I turn into a zombie. I'm just like I can't muster up any energy to talk or move my facial muscles. I think the longest I've gone without sleep is probably at max 2 days, because I am a sleepy boy, and if I don't sleep, I literally shut down.
Can you sleep anywhere?
Yeah, I'm a really deep sleeper and a very agile sleeper. I could say that. Like when I was living in LA, we slept in our car for 7 months.
Oh wow!
And like I said before that, I grew up homeless, so we slept on like the rocky terrain a lot. I can sleep on couches, sleep on beds, sleep on the ground, sleep in a car, sleep angled up, angled down.
One time I fell asleep on a Greyhound bus, and I got pink eye.
I'd say so.
It's the only time I've ever gotten pink eye in my life was I fell asleep on a Greyhound bus. I swear to God, the only time I've ever got it, and I got it from sleeping on a Greyhound bus.
Bro, I'm my immune system is built for war, and I am like super healthy. But pink eye, I've had that at least a good double handful of times in my life. Like I won't get flu, I won't get the cold. I won't get any kind of like advanced illness, but pink eye, sore throat, pink eye, sore throat, and stomach ache. Those come every once in a while.
Have you ever? Are you a sober man?
Yeah.
You don't even drink, right?
Not
you do.
really.
No, you do drink. I've seen you drink, but outside of drinking, nothing else, right?
No, I do a couple. I can do a couple of fun drugs, but like I said, people think that I'm like an alcoholic from this the show and whatever. It's like, no, I literally just do that for the fans and nothing else. Like, I can go months, if not a year, without drinking. But it's an easy way to get the audience engaged, and it's fun to be drunk and high every once in a while. So I do that. So sometimes I get high, sometimes I get drunk, but usually it's only for entertainment, not really just like let's sit back and relax type deal.
Not like it's like your day off and you're like, I'm just gonna get high.
If I'm doing it for entertainment, I'll probably do it a whole lot during the year. If I'm doing it just for me, I'll probably do it like once or twice a year.
Have you ever done psychedelics?
No. The farthest I go in terms of drugs is marijuana. And if we're talking about experimental, I've got when I got out of hernia surgery, I took a Percocet when I healed up just to make sure that the
Greg on the Perkies, bro.
The perks,
perking
boy.
it up, man. You gotta be careful with those. There's fentanyl in them now.
Yeah, but I got it from a doctor. I don't know if that's with the doctor.
If you get it from a doctor, you should be good.
Basically, I felt a certain way getting out of surgery. So after that, I took a Percocet to deal with my pain. The Percocet didn't do shit. So I was just slamming ibuprofen after the fact. So when I healed up, I was like, okay, let's see if how I feel the day I got out of surgery is how I feel now. Percocets are awesome.
That disclaimer. Don't do Percocets.
Don't do Percocets, but they are awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I got it.
I've only done it once. You don't have to worry about me. I did it once and I cut it immediately after that because getting addicted to shit is cringe as hell.
It's super
But
addictive.
It was nice for what it was.
I remember I got in a real bad car accident and they had me on like Percocets and the Percocets didn't do anything for the pain. It just like really mellowed me out. It was good for like when I didn't want to like deal with anything for the day. It was like a good rainy day type of drug, but I can definitely see why there's such a there's such an addictive thing, right? And that's usually a telltale sign if something's good. You should never abuse something that's good.
Well, I think if you know it's a drug and you know it's addictive, then you're stupid if you can do it more than that. You have to be in a really bad sense of a mental state to be like, oh yes, the thing that I know is addictive. Let me do that over and over, which is why I try not to drink so often because I'm like, I am not becoming an alcoholic.
Yeah, don't become an alcoholic. If you had words of advice to, I guess, people out there who are struggling with depression, what would you tell somebody who is like struggling with depression or trying to fit in, or if you had any words of wisdom?
Trying to fit in and depression are two totally different things. So which one?
Let's split it up. Let's do depression. Let's talk about depression.
Well, depression's a whole thing. You know, it's one of those things that I don't think you can ever be okay with. The only way you can just be okay with it, being okay with it. You know what I mean? It's like you have to surround yourself with people that will support you and help you out when time gets low. You have to come up with like a good routine to kind of get yourself up when you're down. Like for me personally, whenever I feel depressed, which I don't want to say I have depression. It's a here and there thing. I think it's like a side effect of ADHD or some shit. I don't know. It's mental illness is complicated as hell. But I like to just go and take a walk. Sit and hear it, take in the sounds of nature, and just kind of like zen out on that regard. I try not to surround myself with negative energy. Like the type of stuff like, you don't want to delve too deep into wars or politics or what's bad for you or what's good for you. You don't want to surround yourself with negative things. So basically, you just want to take a moment, help yourself slow down, and focus on what is good rather than what is bad. That's not a one size fits all kind of situation. But I find myself whenever I get down, I like to just disconnect from it for a minute. Disconnect from the pitter patter of the working world at the moment.
Yeah, we were talking with Bex last week about things, awesome. And one of my favorite things to do, I meditate in the morning time. I meditate for about 15 minutes. In the evening time before I go to bed, I'll do like breathing exercises. Sometimes I'll listen to like binaural beats. Have you ever heard those? Have you ever tried anything like that?
Nah, I've tried to do meditating. I don't think it's for me. I think my form of meditating is just taking in the stuff around me and just kind of like asking myself what I'm thankful for and how simple this world is. I've tried to do meditating, but like I said, with ADHD, my mind's all over the place, so I can't really turn it off.
Yeah, I have ADHD as well. Did you ever? It does, but it was really hard to get into at first, and I had to find like they're called like guided meditations, where essentially someone is like talking me through like what to do, and it's always like this. Be still now. You are one. Take in a breath. Feel the breath. The breath is moving into your lungs. Feel your toes. Now feel the blood from your toes. Like stuff like that,
Okay.
And that kind of got me into it more. And then once I knew, like, once you've listened to like a couple dozen of those, then eventually you kind of know like what to do. It's all about like stopping and slowing down. When I was young, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and I hadn't taken medication for a long time. And then around last summer, I was talking to the doctor, and I was like, listen, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I'm younger. I'm this age. I got a lot going on. I don't know what the fuck to do. I feel overburdened. I have so much shit going on that I don't, I can't stay focused on one task. I got 20 tasks. I'll do 10% of one task and 50% of another task, and I'll be like, that's good enough for today, and then I'll just stop doing my tasks. So they put me on Vyvanse. And all Vyvanse done has made me hyper focused on whatever I'm doing, which is bad because I spend a lot of time at the computer for work, and now I'm just spending even more time at the computer for work. Why are you looking at me like that?
What did Vyvanse do? Everybody knows what Vyvanse did in 2018.
What did Vyvanse do in 2018?
We all know.
I don't know. Tune me in. What happened?
Don't know, you're not in the know.
Well, I'm gonna have to look it up. What is it bad? I know it's like a form of meth. Apparently, they say.
Yeah, probably.
But as far as like, have you taken medication for your ADHD, or do you just go balls free?
I tried to do medication, but they make it so goddamn difficult in the American healthcare to get anything done, so I just gave up on it. But I probably was on Vyvanse, I was on Adderall, I was on some other third one, I can't remember.
I know, I get it now. What did Vance do in 2018? I got you.
Got it.
I gotcha. I see where you're going. So yeah, I would recommend not taking it. To be honest, I feel like when I wasn't on it, I was a little more zippier, a little more wacky. I'm still pretty zippy. I'm still pretty wacky, but not to the extent I was. And I tried telling my doctor, I was like, "Listen, there's something wrong with me," and they're like, "Well, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, and I showed him a video on my phone. I was like, "This is me driving my car," and it's like a 5-minute long video of me going, "He-Man, I want to milk your ass, He-Man. He-Man, please let me milk your ass, He-Man. He-Man, if you can hear me now, I am going to be milking your ass." And like nonstop, nobody in the car, just me. And they're like, "Yeah, maybe you need some medication." And now that I take the medication, I don't do that. And to be honest, I kind of miss that,
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
It's like a severe form of like a tick. I don't like almost like a autistic sort of like tick, like audible ticks. Like I need to constantly make sounds. I used to do a lot of beatboxing, which I know you do as well.
Yeah.
And things like that. I don't do those as much off the medication or on the medication as I used to. So that's kind of like the negative side.
The way I see it is because with ADHD, you're having a hard time focusing. If there's nothing happening right at the exact moment, like I have this problem a lot as someone who's unmedicated, is that I need to do things like right away. I have no patience when it comes to things. Like I can wait for things, but if I am, then I'm gonna be like waiting. Like that's gonna be the whole thing. I'm not doing anything in between that. Waiting is the main prerogative. So if I have nothing planned, then I'm just constantly zipping around. So the options are either do nothing or do everything.
So you just do everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm very erratic when it comes to my behavior, unless I have like a schedule, an appointment, in which case I just scroll on my phone for 3 hours.
See, when I have schedules or appointments, I get time blindness. Where I'm like, oh, I gotta be here at 3:00, and then next thing you know, I'm like, it's 3:45. I know it takes me 5 minutes to get there, but I'm like, oh, I better check my emails. I better water the flowers. I better, see what people are saying on Twitter, and the next thing you know, I have to be there, and I'm 5 minutes late. Like I have the time.
It's the exact opposite for me. I have time hyper focus. I'll be there like 30 minutes to an hour early just because I can't stand not doing anything for that long.
I wish I had what you have. Let's lighten the mood here a little bit. I want to play a game. If you're ready. The game that I would like to play is called Smash or Pass. Super Succulent Cartoon and Video Game Edition 2025 for males aged 18 through 55. Presented by Fagsy, sourced and compiled by myself. We're going to play a quick little game of Smash or Pass. Yeah, these are all my all content sourced by my own doing. We're going to start with some easy ones here. How about Fiona from Shrek? Pass. Why?
She fugly.
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure that downstairs it smells like onions, too.
Yeah, but maybe it's a turn on for Shrek.
Let's go to here we go. Sandy Cheeks. We got Sandy Cheeks right here. Cheeking it up.
Pass.
You're going to pass on Sandy Cheeks?
That bitch under the water.
She's wet.
I don't like swimming.
All right, so this is probably going to be a pass as well.
Ew.
Ursula? Massive pass.
That bitch Harvey Weinstein.
She got that grippy, bro. She looks kind of like Jay Leno here. She got like a Jay Leno face going on.
I can feel that. Harvey Weinstein mixed with Jay Leno, mixed with Alex's wife.
What about... I got a good one here. Bianca Mouse.
Nah, that's a pass.
She's a very, very... what's the word? Very aristocratic mouse, very high profile kind of mouse right here.
Nah, bro. If I'm fucking mouses, it's gonna be Mrs. Brisby from Secret of Nim, not that bitch.
Candy Kong.
Nah.
No?
Nah, she's
Pass.
a bimbo.
All right. Let's get into the hot ones here. We got Nala from The Lion King. Bro, look at those eyes. You're telling me no? Bro, she's ready. She's presenting right now.
Nah, I think I'm good. I'm not doing that.
Yo, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the pride, bro. I'm doing it for the pride.
If you want a lion character that'd be more interesting, in between the lions.
Let's I gotta check that out. I got a good one here. Mrs. Potts.
Nah.
Mrs. Potts? No.
Pass.
It's a pass. How about sexy Mrs. Potts?
Pass, but that is good artwork.
She got a big old dumper on her, bro.
Bro, it's either going to not go in at all or it's going to snap immediately.
I got
shrapnel shards on my dick.
Dr. Lipschitz.
Yeah,
looks kind of like Sam Hyde. Looks kind of like Sam Hyde, right?
Oh, dude,
yeah. Dr. Lipschitz gets a pass just because I think he's a good doctor. He'd take good care of me and my children. He writes all those books. How about Phil and Lil's mom, Betty DeVille?
Isn't she a lesbian?
She's got 2 kids.
Likely story.
All right, she does look a little bit like a lesbian, so we'll give it a pass on that. Loretta Brown.
Nah, that's a pass.
Oh, you want some of this, Greg?
She got a goofy ass haircut.
Oh, you want some of this, Greg? No?
Nah, man, I don't want none of that.
All right, how about, here we go. How about Rosie the Robot? She got a dump truck booty, bro. Probably got an auto suck.
It's a pretty hard decision. She's got a vacuum. I know Airsoft Fatty would be in there.
Airsoft Fatty would definitely get into that. What was that like watching Airsoft Fatty get his balls sucked up by a vacuum cleaner? I
was in the other room. I was not trying to watch that.
It's crazy, dude.
I walked away.
Have you talked to Fatty recently?
Nah. He's pretty busy and he's pretty high profile at this moment, and also I'm kind of frenemy with him for the moment. At the moment, I'd say I'm not really frenemy, but I just don't know how I feel about him. It's like I'm always flip flopping between liking him and disliking him.
Yeah, I think Fatty's an interesting character. I really like his arc. He's got a really good arc.
Hey yo,
If you watch the man, he's got just being somebody who got beat down, who was at his wits end to where he is now in the matter of like 2 years. 2.5 years is absolutely amazing.
I like Chris for that. I think he's a genuinely a decent guy. I don't hate him by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's fine, but like I said, he's just way too horny for me, and he's just like, and he like talks about shit that's like, kind of pisses me off every once in a while. It's like like I said, I'm always in between liking him and disliking him because he's just so hard to pin.
What he is a pretty horny guy now that I think of it. Yeah. He always has like this, like, there's always this one girl like he latches onto and he's like just really like horns out over, like makes it almost like borderline creepy.
Yeah. And then he goes on like really long tirades about random bullshit. Like if it was things about he was interested in, it'd be like another thing, like the rocks, whatever. I don't give a damn about that. But he goes on long tirades about how he's like the greatest, or how he got with black women, or his preference. It's like, bro, shut up.
If I had to hear the story of him buying condoms like one more time, like his grandmother sent him to buy condoms, or his mom took him to buy condoms. Fuck, man.
So I don't hate him, but he is definitely a bit of a chore to be around sometimes.
As far as freeloaders go, who were your favorite freeloaders?
My favorite freeloaders, Frank. I like Alex every once in a while. I like the Kevin guy from
the
Blood
Puppeteer.
Games. And I like Kevin too as well. But I'm talking about Kevin from Blood Games. He was just like randomly doing Indian accents and shit.
Oh yeah, he was a weird. Yeah, I'd like to know more about that guy. He was interesting.
Yeah, Pow NV.
Yeah.
The let's see. I think that the homeless black guy was kind of funny.
In regards to
Kanye as well.
I like Dunye. Dunye sometimes gives me like a weird feeling. He's like too good. He acts like he's too good to like participate or to do anything. Like we've asked him for an interview and he wanted me to give him money. And I was like, I don't have a lot of money to give. I think that's crazy.
That's just Dunye's thing. I don't know. I think he thinks he's better than some people, but more a matter of just like he's always just been money focused. I'm not saying it kind of pisses me off every once in a while too, but I kind of pinned it. Don't get Dunye unless you give him money.
Yeah, he needs that money. He's got to roll those little toothpicks once.
It's like that shit pisses me off, but it's his popularity. He can roll with it however he wants. Sometimes you got to do things for free to get more popular. You got to work on charity to make some bucks.
In regards to season 3, did you watch much of season 3?
The entire thing of season 3. Obviously I couldn't. I have like a life, so I couldn't do it the entire time. I checked in like maybe 1 to 4 times a day when it was going on. I caught the infamous Bert, the birding off. That was funny.
Oh yeah, everybody saw him birding off. That was You couldn't go anywhere without seeing that.
Yeah, no, Bert was a household name during season 3 because Bert was so fucking weird, and it's like I like Bert. Bert's funny.
Yeah, my my mom of all people, she was like, that black guy's jacking off. Like she like sent me a text message out of like just this random text message.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta respect it though. He's a crazy man, but he's making it work to his advantage. I think that out of every live streamer or entertainer that's come out of Fishtank, Bert by far deserves it the most because he was the most entertaining in the tank, and after the tank, he's been really taking advantage of his growth. You know, he's been making really good graphics. He's been making really engaging content. I do think that he's kind of holding on to the fish tank thing for too long, but maybe he'll kind of deviate his content at some point. Which, you know, it's not a bad thing to do fish tank stuff all the time, but you know, fish tank is something that probably will not go for 50 years.
Yeah, it's not something that you're going to.
It's a flash in the pan kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to want to go back to it with seasons and stuff like that and revisit it, but you need to kind of branch out. I remember when were you excited when you first booted up your live streams after coming out of Fishtank? Just seeing the people you had, and now it's kind of stabilized, right?
Yeah. No, it's like I was excited, but I was also kind of afraid because, you know, the reputation that Fishtank has, and I've been very gracious and appreciative that most of my audience that I still have left over is nothing like the ones in the beginning. Like, you know, a lot of the people in the beginning, they were trying to press my buttons and, you know, trying to get a rise out of me. But I'm like, bro, I ain't like that. If you say something that I don't want around here, then I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm not here to deal with you. You're here to deal with me.
Did you get swatted a couple months ago? What the fuck's up with that?
Oh, you know, 4chan and all them.
There's people out there absolutely crazy.
Yeah, because I'm pretty guaranteed on the fact that it was none of my regular audience, because I know all my regular audience as if they were people I know for real.
With in regards to coming out of Fishtank and meeting, you know, all these crazy characters like in your chats and in your Discords, because I remember your Discord blew up and people were posting all kinds of crazy things. If you had a message to just the community as a whole, if you could share a message to the community as a whole, what kind of message would you want known?
Just like as an open-ended message or saying directly to them?
Just either or. Just, you know, like if you could say like one thing to the community as a whole, like if you could. I don't even know the proper way to phrase the question.
All right. Well, I wanted to say thank you all guys for tuning into my streams and watching my videos. I know I'm not everybody's bag of beans. You know, my content isn't for everybody. My content is kind of unfocused, but, you know, I enjoy making it. So I really do appreciate all the views you give me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and all that fun stuff. I hope that I can keep you guys entertained for years to come. I'm constantly coming out with new and cool shit to do. You know, I'm not really one of those streamers that just sits at the computer all day if I can help it. But you guys have been very, very receptive and very appreciated. So thank you so much for giving me a chance. I'm going to keep going farther. I'm going to keep collaborating and expanding my audience, and hopefully, you know, I can give it all back.
Nice. Project 2025, baby. I like it. Greg, would you say you're old guard or new guard?
What does that mean?
Just like, you know, honestly, I don't know. I believe I'm old guard, but some people say I'm new guard.
Greg, would you hold the door for a woman?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like treat her like she's like the only thing that's like important to you in your entire life?
No.
Okay. Well, we got two conflicting answers. This is going to be interesting.
Somewhere in the middle, then.
Would I be nice to a woman or would I be a simp? I would be nice to a woman, but I'm not a simp.
Would you let her like manage your bills and all that, and like tell you like when to pay and all that?
What? What does that mean?
Would you let her control your finances?
Are you talking about Alex B's wife?
Oh, I don't know. I try not to say the A word here. Me and Alex are not on good terms right now.
Most people aren't on good terms with Alex. Alex loses his mind over anybody.
Yeah, I don't know what I did to him. I tried to be really helpful, especially with his mods. He's got really good mods. But yeah, he's kind of mad at me right now. So I don't know what I can do.
Don't mean to cut in, but I know I was hearing Greg, you're talking about like your hernia surgery. I had hernia surgery as well, so I know exactly like what you went through, the pain and all that.
Mhm.
and the bullshit. I was just wondering, like, what type of hernia did you have and how many?
I've had 3 hernias in my life, but I've only had one at that point. But when I was a baby, I had a hernia in my stomach, which is why my belly button's so big, most likely. Let's see. I had hernia in my testicles the second time when I was in my tweens, probably like around 10, 12. And I had my most recent hernia like 3 years ago, which is an inguinal hernia.
Oh yeah. I had one of those. I had the inguinal, which is a testicle hernia, and then I also had the belly button hernia, and I got them all fixed at the same time, which was
That's
not the
fun.
best idea. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's bad because the hernia doesn't even hurt that much. Like I don't know
Yep.
about other people, but hernias don't really hurt. They're slightly uncomfortable at best and a little painful at worst. But recovering from this hernia surgeries, that shit's next level because your hernias always pop up in your core, and you need your core to do everything. When you cough, when you sneeze, when you laugh, when you bend over, when you lie down, when you stand up, it all requires that waste. And when they went stabbing around in that area, does not feel good for about 2 months.
Yeah,
Not 2 months, more like
that's
8
real.
months.
I think by day 3, I was doing stair exercises because I hated being just sitting laying in bed.
Yeah, no, it's rough. It's definitely one of the most painful surgeries I've ever had in my life.
Yep, same.
I've never had a hernia, at least not that I'm aware of. How do you know if you have a hernia?
Usually there's like a bump in the area.
You'll know, trust me.
Yeah, you'll just see like a random protrusion in the area that kind of looks like somebody's shoving like a wrench through that part, and it's just kind of like jutting out slightly.
What
Like literally with the hernia, you can just like you could just push it back in. So it's like it pops out. It's like a
Does it
goddamn
lay
pop
down?
it.
Back in.
does it hurt when you touch it?
Not really.
What is it? It's like a tear, right? A tear in your
I don't think it's a tear.
Abdominal wall.
I think the abdominal wall has like a lining. I'm not gonna act like I know much about biology or whatever, but there's like the inguinal the abdominal wall has like these linings, kind of like an HVAC. You know how the HVAC has lines and stuff that like are right next to each other. So sometimes your intestines or some other organ will get stuck in that in between that wall, and in worst cases, you have to get to the ER immediately because it will suffocate your intestines and basically kill you. At best, it's just kind of slightly uncomfortable.
Greg, I think we're about closing up here. I don't know if anybody has any questions from the audience. I can check. It's kind of a slow night. There's a lot of other fish tanker people doing stuff tonight, so it's kind of a little bit slow. I know that we talked briefly about Greg Tank. How can somebody donate to Greg Tank?
Well, I have a Streamlabs on my Twitch and my YouTube and everything. If you go to the live streams, you'll probably find it. I'll probably, once we have it more figured out, I could probably ask for donations, but I want to try and make all the money I need during Greg Tank rather than ask for people to pre-invest in it. I think we'll have enough things to do. If it's anything like the Jimmy boxing fight, I think we should do fine because back with that, we weren't really prioritizing audience interaction or TTS. So I feel like the bottom line is I want to make at least $5,000, if not more, just because I want to pay the crew, give myself a little something, and help my friend because we're actually renting a space specifically for it.
Oh, nice.
So it's not
it
going
won't
to
be
be
like in your house. No,
it's going to be
it's like a
whole setup.
All right, like a shed in the woods or something like that, right?
Yeah. I think it's going to be like one small room with a bed in it, a kitchen, and a bathroom.
Oh, nice. Real cool, man. And then one last thing, I guess, before we let you go, Greg, if you can give us one more piece of voice acting, or we'll actually close the stream on that. This is from the movie The Matrix. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I've seen The Matrix. Not in a long time though.
All right. Well, we're gonna end the stream on this one right here. I sent it over to you. And Greg, I really appreciate you stopping in, asking questions, shooting the shit, making me laugh. You're a good guy, man. I really appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate that as well, my man. You know, I'm always down to do cool shit as long as we're all cool about it.
Nice, man. Well, like I said, great, heartfelt appreciativeness all around. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
All right,
okay.
Take it away.
I'm gonna try and do Golem. I used to do it really good back in the day. I don't know if it's good anymore, but let's try.
Okay. That's not the voice I envisioned, but okay. Fire away.
I'm gonna show them a world without you. A world without rules or controls. Borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.